In recent years, psychologists have attempted to come up with alternative photofit techniques that don't rely on the feature-by-feature approach and that deal with the external feature issue with unfamiliar faces. They've attempted to leverage what we know about how face recognition and memory works to come up with an alternative process of facial construction. One example of such a technique is known as Photofits, which was developed by Charlie Froud of the University of Central Lancashire, Peter Hancock of the University of Stirling, and Vicky Bruce at Newcastle University. The eyewitness chooses from an array of 72 random faces the 6 that are most similar to the face they've seen. The software integrates the facial features of the 6 chosen faces to produce 72 new composite faces, and the witness chooses the 6 most similar faces from this new array. After just 3 such iterations, the team found that people could accurately identify the face in the resulting composite around 25% of the time, while feature-based photofits only resulted in correct identification 4% of the time under the same conditions. That is, Photofit produced 5 times the accuracy rate of the feature-based photofit. Another thing that Photofit does is to deliberately blur or exclude external features such as the hair, ears and neck in order to draw people's attention to what they call internal features such as the eyes, eyebrows, nose and mouth. So the key thing about this system is that it doesn't rely on an eyewitness having to decompose a face into its individual features. Every judgment they make is on the whole face. Another advantage is that the system doesn't rely on the eyewitness having to verbally describe the face, as they have to do in other methods of face reconstruction, such as when using a sketch artist. In Photofit, eyewitnesses only have to recognize the face, not describe it. Finally, eyewitnesses also use sliding scales to allow them to manipulate the image of the face, but crucially, these scales all operate at the holistic level. That is, they adjust things that affect the whole face, not just bits of it. Examples include age, health, weight, honesty, and masculinity. So the idea is that if you produce the face of the suspect using these techniques, you'll end up with a better likeness of that suspect. In one field study of Photofit conducted with Humberside Police in the UK, the system was used to create facial images for 35 suspects. These images led to the identification of 21 out of these 35 individuals. That is, Photofit essentially helped in 60% of investigations, which is 4 times the success rate of the previous feature-based photofit system used by that police force. They reported that a conviction was secured for 29% of these 21 suspects. I should mention that in the interests of balance, given that Photofit is a commercial product, that there are other products, such as eFit 5, which also incorporate some of the same principles. So, overall, we have a nice example of a situation where psychologists have applied the findings from basic psychological research on face recognition to come up with a tool that appears to do its job. In this case, generating a recognizable likeness of a suspect. Better than previous tools that were not based on psychological research.